Welcome to the Next Win Podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Aunt Ma, co-host Justin Vaseur, and our special guest, Mr. Lender, William Wynn, who's very experienced in just the real estate world. Justin, you're gonna have to put a song on here, or else I'm just gonna keep making songs every time now.
Oh no, we will. Yeah, we will.
Unless you want me to make a song every time. What are we talking about today, Justin?
Today we're talking about, is buying a single family home better or a condo?
Ooh. Why do we want to ask that question? What's the concerns with this?
Maybe like HOAs
costs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in California or a lot of places, when you buy a single family home, there are no HOAs.
Some.
Right? Some.
Really?
Half. Depending what
Yeah.
a newer,
It's not
depending on new neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
It is not common in LA to have an HOA unless you're in a condo or a townhouse.
In LA, yeah.
Okay.
The newer, like Orange County, you might see more
Now,
because they're newer builds.
yeah.
You know?
So like Irvine, you'll
for
probably
sure.
see HOAs.
For sure.
Las Vegas, you'll see HOAs. You know, that was weird for me. When I first moved to Vegas, I'm like, whoa, why is everything HOA? Like, it's just a house. So we want to talk about, like condos, townhomes, they're always HOAs.
Yep.
Okay. Now, what's better? Let's get out of HOAs for a second. Whether you buy a condo, townhouse, or a single family home, it really depends on your situation and what you need. Sometimes you buy something and it's too much house and you don't need a single family home. Single family homes are perfect for people who have multi-use. That means that you have a family, or you need like an office, or you need storage. You just need the space.
Yeah.
Now, condos are for people like first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
It's just boyfriend, girlfriend.
Start off.
First time getting married, or like just got married. Sorry.
First time getting
Yeah, I mean, you could be married, you got divorced and getting married again. You still need a condo. Go back down, right?
Yeah.
Restart your life. But basically, it's for people who like, they just want to start their life and they don't have the kids yet. They don't have the dogs yet. They
don't want a huge yard.
Yeah,
you know?
they don't want to take care of things, or they want a pool and it doesn't have to be maintained.
Yeah,
the HOA maintains the pool.
Yeah.
So condos are great for people starting out, and I think that's perfect because you don't really want to buy too much house. For you, Justin, what are you looking at buying? Like, are you looking at a condo or are you looking at a single family home?
I'm looking at a single family home.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there's condos that I look at for like investment purposes.
Yeah.
And I always like see it as like, okay, we can move in there for a little bit and then rent it out or like remodel it, sell it or whatever. But for the most part, looking for a single family home.
Yeah, I think the priority is yourself first and really looking for that single family home. Because if you buy the rental unit first, if you keep it, you might not qualify for another loan.
What do you mean if
you were to keep it and then now you want to buy a single family home?
Oh, because of the debt.
The debt is too much debt.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
But also he can write off a lot of that debt for you.
Yeah,
so it really depends.
Yeah.
But it just gets a little more dangerous.
No, yeah.
But so the benefits of living in a condo is it's almost like half renting, right? Like when you have an HOA, they take care of the pool, they take care of
outside,
the maintenance,
gardening,
right? The lights, everything. So the paint of your house, the roof, they will take care of those things that's outside. And so it's like I said, like it's renting. You just call the HOA and they fix it for you.
Is that the same for like a home too?
Home
the
HOA.
HOA?
Every HOA is different. Yeah, you see what they cover. Like there's HOA near where I live. It's like $500 a month, but it comes with fast internet too. So all HOAs is a little different.
It's the difference is pretty big because with a condo, it's almost like an apartment complex where everything is connected. Mm-hmm. So you can't expect the homeowner to pay for the roof that's breaking or the leak that's going on.
Yeah.
Connected.
Yeah.
Right. But if you have a single family home, the HOA can't expect you to do your roof.
Yeah. So
because it's not attached.
Yeah. I think the HOA for like a single family home is a lot lower than like a condo or townhome.
It is. So like I've seen HOAs for condos be like anywhere from $200 something to $600 a month.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, I don't want HOA because it's expensive. But you don't even know what the HOA includes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it's expensive, it's most likely because it includes utilities. 98% of the time.
Yep.
Utilities and then
Pool. Some have like
Pool,
some
yeah.
have like gyms.
Amenities.
But
Yeah, amenities.
the ones with amenities, they can still be in like the $300 range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the ones that are 500 is because it includes water, trash,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, trash.
sometimes gas or electricity.
Or internet too.
You know what I mean? So yeah, and that's when you're like, that is worth it, because if you were to pay those bills on your own,
Same.
you're paying the
more.
same thing.
Yeah.
You know, or more. So that's why I would never count it out when people say I don't want HOA.
Yeah. You just gotta look at what it covers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen some like in
yeah.
I think it was like in Diamond Bar, and it was $550 a month, and it included no utility,
That's crazy.
and that place couldn't sell.
Yeah.
You know, and another thing is people don't want HOAs because they're like, that's gonna raise on me. You know, I had one client that's like, you know, my parents have an HOA from 30 years ago, and it keeps raising on them, and their house is paid off or their condo is paid off. You know, like, why do they have to keep paying more and more even though it's paid off?
Yeah, because it's part of the community.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's why people don't like it. I do like the size of condos. Sometimes they're bigger than certain homes. I like the prices of it.
Usually a little bit lower.
Yeah. I like it. It's pretty comfortable.
Yeah. For me,
It's
I
like
just don't.
urban living.
Yeah. I don't like having like a neighbor right here.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the thing.
I think that's what I'm tired
Some of
of.
the new houses too, are they're like the single family homes, but like yo, like your neighbor's like
Oh yeah.
you open the window, hey neighbor.
Like, especially like the 3-story
yeah,
homes.
yeah.
Those things are like this close,
Yeah.
no backyard.
No
I'm
backyard,
just
and like
what the heck?
you're looking out. Oh, it's in someone else's living room.
Yeah.
You know, this brings me up to why we also have an inventory shortage on housing. It's because when COVID hit and everyone was like, I don't want to be next to neighbors, they were all selling condos that were living in. People who were living in apartments were moving out and buying homes. And everyone wanted their own private space to be away from other neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want COVID. So that's why we also have a housing shortage. And everyone's like, I don't want to be with 100 people in this complex, you know? So that was a huge reason why we have an inventory shortage right now. It's because of that mentality. So the other things with a single family home, is that better than a condo? Not necessarily, because like I said, you might be buying too much house.
Yep.
But also some single family homes have HOAs and some don't.
Yep.
In Vegas, they all do. Almost like 80%.
Yeah.
Okay. And is it good to have an HOA when you have a single family home? People say, what do you say, Justin?
I think so.
You think so? Why?
Just certain things around the neighborhood are taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've lived in neighborhoods where we don't have it, and you get to see like what happens
Yeah.
in those neighborhoods.
So to be more specific, when I lived in California and my first home, I could only afford $380,000 or $350,000. It was in a more ghetto area. So my house looked clean because I'm a first-time home buyer. I'm passionate about my house. My neighbors, it's trash, right? You got brown grass going up, covering, you know, the bottom of their house. They don't mow their lawns. The roof's not fixed. There's trash outside. And so that's bad. Do I care? Not necessarily. But when do I care? That's when it matters. It matters when I want to sell that home. Because when people want to buy it, they see that neighbor and they're like, oh,
I don't want
that's
that
how.
neighbor.
Yeah.
And then you got 5 more neighbors down the street that's like that. Like, okay, well, that's why your value of the home is 300 something thousand.
Yeah.
Because it's not kept well. And so when you have homes with HOAs, everyone's house looks great. The lawns look perfect. They're always cut. I just got hit with a violation last week on my home. They sent a picture showing that I have weeds growing. You need to pull the weeds. And I was like, oh, shit, I didn't even know I had weeds. I thought they were plants.
It's kind of weird because if you're paying HOA, wouldn't they?
Wouldn't they do it?
Yeah, they do it.
Nope. They are.
The house HOA a little different.
Yeah,
That's
they're
so
making
weird.
me
It's,
do it.
yeah, and it's kind of restricted, but that's a pro and a con because you can't really do anything you want to the front of the house.
Yeah. So like the pro is that, okay, I got to pull the weeds myself. Fine. But now I know every neighbor's house looks really good.
Yeah.
Their paint looks good. It's not chipping.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
roof looks
Yeah.
good. There's no trash out. So that means everyone's value goes up together, right? So when the neighbor sells his home, people like the community, the block that we're on, and they want to pay more because it's so clean.
Wait, so what are you paying for then?
You're
If
paying.
you have to do it yourself.
Well, there's
The gate.
the gate outside. You're also paying for the street lights that we have. You're paying for the community water being used at the the grass areas in the front of the community. For it to look nice, for your neighborhood to look nice. There's certain corners that have plants. They need to hire lawnmowers, things like that. So
Some have security. That drive around.
yeah, some have security, guards.
Yep.
Some have like our little park in the front has a trash can, right? Someone's got to come and clean out that trash. You also have doggy bags. So when my dog goes poop, they have doggy bags, So you're paying for all those things. For the most part, it's not worth it. But Vegas being that type of city where everyone has HOAs, there's nothing you can do about it. But like William was saying, they're cheaper. My HOA is like $60 a month.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. That's cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll pay $60 a month.
Yeah. Yeah. The condo and townhome ones are usually like hundreds.
How is that? Is that like a separate like check that you have to?
Separate bill.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I hate it because these HOAs run like old people.
Yeah.
So they don't.
Some of them
usually
are
have
run by old people
Yeah.
that
They don't
lived
have
there a long time.
websites.
Yeah.
I can't do like automatic payments, auto pay. So every month I gotta write a check, and like I think for the first like I don't know 6 months I was living here, I only paid it twice instead of every month because I'm waiting for the mail to pay it, and I don't see the mail for it.
Oh, I see.
And then I get a letter saying you are delinquent for 3 months. I'm like, bro, how do I pay you guys? I've been wanting to pay you.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's something like some of the older condos and stuff. Like they'll have like the person that lives there for a long time be the head of it. It's like self-selected. The people that own it, they form a board.
Yeah.
And it gets
That's weird.
gets ugly
So-
sometimes.
In terms of having HOA, is it a good thing? It's only good because it creates more equity value to your home because it looks better. Everyone is keeping it nice,
Yep.
right?
And for
When you
condos, the roof is covered and all that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like I've also lived in other homes where the neighbor's garage is all dented in because they ran into it. They
Yeah.
never fix it because they don't want to pay for it. Stuff like that. People go, why is there so much trash outside this guy's house? I don't know, man. I'm sorry. But with HOAs, you get violations. Pull your trash cans in. Pull your weeds. I also got hit with another violation, and this is ridiculous. They said, hey, you haven't done your backyard yet.
Whoa.
And then I have about 1 year to do my backyard. I have about 1 year to do my backyard. And so it's been about 7 months that I've been here, or eight months. But they hit me with like, you've been here for a year. I'm like, what? So now I got to prove to them, show them paperwork that I haven't been here for a year and stuff
So
like
you
that.
you have to do your backyard.
I have to. I wasn't going to because this is my investment home.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't going to live here for more than a year.
Yeah, yeah.
But then the market turned. So I have to now. And so my goal was to buy this home. When the community's done, I'm selling it. I'm not doing the yard. And now that I'm living
like
here.
you just have to do something.
What do you have to
basic,
do? Yeah,
no?
what do you have to do?
You just got to do anything to your yard.
Oh.
Like put turf,
Oh.
concrete, whatever. But you guys say that's easy. This guy says...
No, not easy. Just you don't have to like do something grand.
You don't have to do anything grand, but the basic cost, the lowest I've seen neighbors and everyone I know spend on a yard that's just turf is like 15, 20 grand.
Wow.
So at your base, that's what you're paying.
You need help, dude? I'm just going to start digging.
You can it's hard. I mean, the easiest would be I would go get a guy from Home Depot.
Oh, yeah.
Go rent a jackhammer to flatten out the ground and have him do that for 1 day.
Yeah.
$300.
Yeah, and then
For
buy the
grading.
turf.
And I can buy the turf and do everything myself. Nail in the turf, all that stuff. I'll probably get that done myself. If I did it, maybe about $5,000, maybe $6,000.
Damn, turf is expensive, right?
Turf is very expensive.
I don't like turf.
You can do concrete yourself, but then I got to hire more Home Depot guys to turn the concrete and things like that. Now, if you guys do concrete in your backyard, I've learned, because I used to do that myself with my dad in our own yards. He was a contractor. And so when we do it ourselves, you do it in a wheelbarrow and you keep mixing it with the shovels. And it's great because you're paying, the guys to do it. You're not paying for this big machine to come that has a big turning thing in the back.
Yeah.
That gets expensive. But the problem is when you're shoveling concrete into a hole, after about a few years, the concrete can settle more. If you don't have good packers, right? If it's not done right, it's not packed right, it just starts sinking. But when you get like those big machines, there's so much pressure going in that you won't have that problem. So it gets expensive if you do concrete right. And that's also a couple $1,000s.
Is grass more expensive? Like real grass?
Real grass is not more expensive. That's cheaper.
Okay.
It's probably the expensive part is probably like the water system, no?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so. I've installed it myself before, too. That first house I bought for $350,000, I installed the sprinklers myself in the front yard. And all I did was I just dug the line through with a shovel, put pipes in, got some of this blue glue thing, and put it at every joint.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Yeah, me and my dad did that.
Yeah, it's actually not that hard. But now that I got hit that violation, I'm like, oh, crap. Now I got to show them permits of me actually trying to do something to the yard. And so now we're looking at pools. We looked at pools last year. But I was
pools are expensive.
Yeah, pools are expensive. So last year we got 3 quotes back in October 2022.
Oh.
And, it's like 50 grand, 60 grand, and 70 grand for a pool.
Okay.
I
heard like 100, 200,000.
Yeah, that's for a really nice, full-on pool with backyard, spas, heaters, everything. I'm minimizing it, Instead of putting tiles on the floor, I'm doing a spray deck. Spray deck is like white concrete for pools, and they spray it white to make it look nice. Usually it comes in gray, so instead of getting white traveltine outside where it looks all modern, I can do a spray deck. That's fine. It's not a forever home. But yeah, so we reopened up the talks of buying a pool again. So that's bad about HOAs, but once you do it, the value is so good.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a pool now.
Yeah.
We go skinny dipping. Swimming. That's right.
So yeah, I'm able to do whatever I want with my house. Even though I get hit with violations, I can still buy a custom garage door.
Okay.
I can buy a pool for my yard.
Whatever.
Can you change the front of the door? Because some of these houses, the color's random green or something.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's weird.
Oh, you can change the door? Because I know some HOAs are pretty strict about how your house front looks too.
Yeah.
I think that's more for townhomes and condos.
Got it.
Where single family home, you can do more. You just get hit with not keeping it up.
Got it.
That's all. So in the end, is it better to buy a condo or a single family home?
Your situation.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. It really
single
doesn't.
family.
It all depends what you want. Everyone wants it in your family, but
okay. Here's the final answer or question to that. What will make you the most money when you sell it in the future?
Single family
home.
It is.
So I think that is the better option.
It is.
Okay. The condos and townhomes will have slower growth.
Yes.
But hey, when you live in a place like Arcadia, a condo and townhome is like $800,000 to $1 million.
Yep. The one in Fullerton, $1 million.
San Francisco, $1.5 million for a condo.
For 900 square feet, it's like 2.4. Okay. Yeah.
So who knows? It depends where you live. Doesn't matter. But I hope you guys learned a lot about this. And you guys write down in the comments what else you want us to talk about. William comes on here pretty often. We are going to have a lot more guests on here as well. A lot of business speakers that you guys are going to see.
Yep.
Let us know who you want on as a guest. And just drop it in the comments, guys. I hope you enjoyed our podcast. We'll see you on the next Win episodes.